Alright, first things first is the chord progression now.
Morning sunshine, you up?
I wish I could make these more interesting, but there's literally nothing to do. We've been stuck in lockdown for about 2 weeks now. All I can do in terms of vlog stuff is run, eat, drink, and that's literally about it. I can't do anything else. All my friends that came back to visit back home for Christmas have gone back to where they live in the UK. I can't fly back. I mean, I could fly back, but it's kind of like risky at the moment. So there's literally nothing for me to do right now except work. But I've got a big gem for you today. If you're wanting to land placements, or if you just want to make beats that rappers want to rap over, then this is going to be a good video for you guys. You'll know this chord progression. Most of you will probably know this chord progression, but I'm going to dive into more detail and like the workflow and like how I kind of go about doing it. That just, I don't know, just allows me to make melodies that I'm really happy with, even when I'm not feeling that inspired to make anything on any particular day. But yeah, man, let's just get straight to it. Alright, first things first is the chord progression now. A lot of you guys that make Rod Wave style beats or maybe like Internet Money style beats, you're probably aware of this progression, but I'll break it down quickly. It's not the chord progression itself, it's just sort of how you play it. It's just a go-to. Honestly, like this chord progression I use so often just when I'm not feeling like making a beat that day, or if I want to mess around with the keys and just kind of freestyle a bit using like the MIDI keyboard. So yeah, man, so I've just pulled up a guitar. You can use a guitar, you can use a piano, a synth, doesn't really matter. I'd recommend a realistic sound for this chord progression. So the chord progression is C minor, then it's B flat minor, and then it's A flat minor. They're the three chords, and then you just work your way back up. So the chord progression itself would go something like this. And then you're back to the beginning. You can literally just go and draw it in. You don't have to even click it in. You can just draw it in like this. So there's the C, there's the A. And if you're clicking them in, it's even easier. You just literally go down one key per chord. That's literally as easy as I can put it. Lined up. Okay, so to get your basic chords put in, and this is just the foundation now. Now there's tons of things you can do, like once you've got this put in, to kind of make it sound more unique, more realistic. So the first thing that I'd do is bring these keys closer together. So this G could come up an octave. Maybe knock this BPM up to like 150. Okay, cool. Strum this out. Nice. Okay, so now let's just stretch these keys out a little bit so they kind of fill in the gaps. And again, there's no rules to this. You just want to have a little bit of overlap so that like the keys kind of blend nicely together. And this is just going to make it sound more realistic as well. Maybe knock the C note up a little bit. Now that actually sounds like it's going sort of descending constantly, but it's actually not, because this last chord is actually the same as that one. I've just messed around with the keys a little bit. Okay, nice. I'm just going to copy that across one bar. And I'm going to also add in some bass notes. So we've got C, A. And then just put like a little passing note right here. And there's my 8 bar. Okay, now once you've got like a nice realistic foundational chord progression like I have right here, then we can go in and kind of almost freestyle over it now. Now if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, then you can just go ahead and click notes in. It's like to just freestyle like any kind of top melody. Just mess around with it. Honestly, sometimes I spend like 5-10 minutes just hitting the keys and messing around. Maybe just leave it on record so you actually capture whatever you're laying down. But if you know the minor scale, and like I'm assuming that the majority of you do, like especially if you're using helpers all the time, and just go ahead and freestyle. Like this chord progression just allows you to do that. So if I just play it through. Yeah, just something just to mess around with it. Let's just go in with some kind of top melody. And just put a little passing note right here. Okay, that's quite nice. Just literally repeat that right there, and then just add a bit of variation at the end right here. Randomize them. Now basically I'm just kind of like being creative off of this chord progression. Like you can just think of little things that you can do, laying down those chords initially, just then it kind of like sparks creativity. I don't know how to explain I don't know how to explain it. So what I'm gonna do now is just turn down this chord progression, and I'm just going to like arpeggiate those chords. Maybe knock those down an octave. Okay, and then let's go and then go to the A flat right here. And I might actually knock that up a octave. Same with that actually. Same here. These top keys are a little harsh. Just turn them down a bit. Okay, now I'm happy with that. There isn't any sort of step-by-step things you should do with this. Like the first thing that I said is basically the step-by-step part of this tutorial. The whole point of this is for you to kind of make your own thing with it. There's no point in me showing you exactly step-by-step on how to do this, because then you're just going to end up making a beat that sounds exactly the same as this, which is fine for practice, but you know, you've got to have like your own flair to it. So now what I'm going to do is just add a couple of effects to these guitars, because I'm happy with this right now. And let's go in with the RC20 first. Okay, and now I'm going to add an amp to this just to make it sound a bit different. Just going to put a little like short chord right here. Nice, 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 nice. Let's go in with like some chorus. I'm getting close to being happy with that. This could be like the bass melody throughout the whole beat. One thing I could do is just put this into the arrangement and maybe add like a B part to this melody right here. All you have to do is just maybe change up one or two things. So maybe for this last chord right here, I might actually change it to a G major. That'll just give it some nice color notes for like the end of a whole 16 bar. So hey, that's a vibe. Okay, cool. Now I've got my B part in. That's basically going to be my loop. Now that I've got that quick inspiration that's in nice and tidy, I'm just going to bounce that out as a loop and then just come in with some like top melodies, some counter melodies and whatnot. So if you're using this chord progression and like you've used like a guitar or a piano, then a vocal chop goes really well with this. I'm going to add arcade, come to the hooked line. Let's change the pitch of this vocal chop right here. That's a nice key right there. Oh yeah. Nice. There we go. Straight away. Let's put that in the mixer right now. Let's just EQ some of those frequencies out, make it sit in a nice pocket. Let's go in with the effects rack. I'm just going to add some like delay to this just to make it, you know, sort of bounce between each headphone. Chorus modulation preset. Let's go with some reverb. Play. Alright, now I'm happy with that. Like, that's a really nice loop, and it's basically finished. Like, you don't want to do too much to it. Just built off of those initial chords that we had, and then just added some kind of ear candy to this loop. Now, one thing you can do to make it sound even more unique is just automate some effects. So what I like to do at the moment is pull up shaper box, and I like to come in with the width filter and then just put on some kind of simple preset, like something like this. But yeah, let's just bring that in and out ever so slightly as the loop comes in. Good. And now I can just go ahead and add some drums. The simpler the drums for this kind of style, then the better, honestly. I'm going to go with something nice and short. What are we in? D. There it is right there. Just put that over. Okay, there's the 808. Just followed the root note of that chord progression. Just put a clap in. Clap. Hi-hat. Quick snare. open hat. Might even speed this up a little bit. Just crank it up to like 160 BPM. Let's maybe even pitch this up again. Put a little like 8/8 roll right here. And that's basically it. I've added like barely any sounds into the drums. Even the melody was kind of simple. But seriously, once you've got those chords, you can just start building on top of them. And if you're stuck for inspiration, I genuinely find that that's like my go-to chord progression. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Make sure that you hit the like button if you did enjoy the video. It does help these videos out a whole lot. The giveaway is still open for a couple more days, so make sure that if you haven't entered into the giveaway yet, get yourself entered. It's free to enter. The link is down in the description if you want to get yourself on there. But yeah, man, that's all for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.